Hey guys, it's Boog. It's been a while since my last video, and I figure now is as good a time as any to make a guide on how to do Venenatis. Um, Unfortunately, I'm a little bit dry for the pet right now. I'm at 10,300 KC without it still, so hopefully soon. But anyway, I figure I should share some of the knowledge that I've gained from doing this much Venenatis, and hopefully some of you guys can also benefit from the guide. So anyway, this is based off of a couple of methods that I've pulled from. So the main mechanic of the safe spot is from Sync's video on Venenatis, and he does a really good job of explaining how to set up the safe spot and the mechanics of it. But the basic gist of it is if you attack Venenatis every 3 ticks off of a certain cycle, Venenatis will get stuck in place like this and won't be able to attack you. But yeah, there are some other requirements, like it has to be some very specific tiles. You have to move in a particular way, and whatnot like that. But the main thing: keep your prey mage up, attack on a particular tick, keep attacking every 3 ticks. So that kind of limits your weapon choices a little bit. So you have the option to use a MSBI. MSBI is an okay option if you're like a low level iron or you don't have something better like a Carol's bow or a crossbow ideally. If you are going to be using anything outside of a crossbow, and in my opinion, honestly, with a crossbow too, you should be using a cannon. But if you're not going to be using, if you want to save a lot of time, just bring a cannon out here. I would say that Venenatis is probably one of the best places to use a cannon, just because the supply cost and the time save here is absolutely huge with the extra DPS you get from it. So anyway, like I said, the basic idea is the same. You attack every 3 ticks, keep your prey mage up. The differences between that method and the method that I sort of adapted from Sebe is that you're actually going to be in multi for a lot less time. So with Sync's method, you're in multi for, I think it's something like 10 or 12 ticks, which isn't bad, right? But unfortunately, that safe spot limits the ways you can actually set it up, and you don't get the versatility that you do with this one. And you are, like I said, you're in multi for a lot longer. With this method, you're only in multi for 2 ticks, and that's a huge difference between the two. Now, that being said, if it doesn't spawn correctly, you can be in multi for a lot longer, and I don't know, if as long as you have good RNG, it's really not that big of a deal. So I'll explain the setups. There's 3 spawns that Venenatis can do. The most common one is that it spawns on this square of tiles that I've marked out on here. If you use RuneLite and you use NPC indicators like you can see on I am using here, you can actually have the respawn timer show up where Venenatis will respawn, and it does a square. So you can use that to mark your tiles, or if you look at the west side of the web, the 2 tiles here don't have any cobwebs on them, but the rest of the square does. So that's how you can identify the westmost edge if you'd like. Anyway, so if it spawns on this square, all you need to do, you shoot 3 times from this tile right here, and I'm gonna show you guys again when I set up the safe spot for next kill. You do 3 shots here, and you do 1 shot on this southwest tile, and then it's safe spotted. You can run into singles. So that's really nice. It also, the other benefit is that this safe spot's a little bit further south, and that means less PKers or like less low levels can actually attack you. So you get interrupted a little bit less as well. And of course, you can also see where PKers are going to be hopping. The 2 most common PK spots are like there's a spot over here, and then there's a spot over here on the top of the hill. But fortunately, you can see everything from over here. So here we go. This is going to be hopefully the first setup here. Perfect. So it spawned on the regular tiles. We do 1, 2, and 3 crossbows hits, we stand on this tile, shoot a 4th time, run over into singles, and it's safe spotted. So clean. Now there is variations of Venenatis spawning. I think it's a 1 in 8 for it to not spawn on the tiles that I've marked. And in those cases, Venenatis can spawn either one tile north or south, or west or east, and it can do combinations of north and oh my goodness, north and south and west and east. So you can get northwest spawns, southwest spawns, northeast spawns. Like you can get everything. Again, it's not that common, but if it spawns one tile north or south, you can still safe spot it. If it does east or west, unfortunately, you have to basically I reset it, or you can face tank it, but I find resetting is the safest way in my experience. So anyway, if it does end up spawning one tile north or south, and I'll show you guys on this next kill what it looks like, how you run it. Basically, all you need to do is you have to run out to these west tiles, and as long as you do your 4th shot on this west tile, you're good. It'll work correctly. So hopefully, okay. Unfortunately, this one did not spawn on the correct tiles. It spawned one northwest. So in these situations, like I said, I just like to reset it. I run to this tree right here, and once its westmost tiles pass these tiles here. Sorry, once Venenatis passes these westmost tiles here, you can shoot it once, and it'll go back to its spawn area. Okay, in those situations, what you're gonna want to do is wait for it to be in line with the square. It doesn't have to be on the square. It can be like north of it, it can be south of it, but it can't be west or east of it. Or sorry, it can't be west of it. Okay, if it's further east, perfect. That you can run up to the safe spot tile and you can chill. If it's on the square, you can do what I did right there. So you run up to the tile, and then at the second it snaps towards you, you just shoot it, and 4 shots on this tile. Run over here, and then you're in singles again. Okay. So, I mean that's like I said, you can just face tank it. I don't personally face tank it because I don't bring a Ring of Suffering, and I think that without it, it's just too risky because Venenatis does a lot of damage in Black D'hide. So I like to avoid face tanking if I can. But yeah. So like I said, you want it to run past these tiles whenever you reset it. If it doesn't, it's fine. Just you wait over on this cobweb until it goes west or east of the square again. Perfect. So like I was saying before, I'll show you guys what it looks like when it spawns off of the or like north or south of the square. And that'll give you a really good idea of what it actually looks like. Now, I know some of you guys are looking at my supplies and thinking I'm probably being a little bit reckless, and you're right. I'm definitely being very reckless. I would not recommend staying in the wilderness with less than 2 restores. In all honesty, you are better off teleporting and just coming back with more supplies. At this point, because I've spent so much time here, I don't really care about the actual rewards I get. Obviously, they're nice, but I'm not too fussed if I lose them, you know what I mean? So I'm a little bit more careless in terms of my supply usage. I also just completely forgot to show you guys the other side thing. But yeah, I mean, listen guys, like the main thing about this is that it's in singles, right? So and you can see where the PKs are coming from. Like being aware that PKs are coming helps a lot, in my opinion, and knowing that if you need to teleport will help you a lot. So normally when I'm actually safe spotting it, Venenatis, I will be facing south because I want to see if anybody logs in, and then if somebody does log in, I can right click them right away. I can see what level they are. If they're a high level, I teleport, or if like they're not in good gear, I'll just stay because like I said, if they come up to Venenatis, usually Venenatis will aggro onto them and basically protect me. If a team logs in though, and you don't want to go in multi at all. Like I honestly would not recommend even stepping close to the multi line just in case they have a spear. So in those situations, let's say you get TB'd or whatever, what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to run straight to the green drags. Okay, pretty much. just try and avoid getting frozen. So if while you're able to move, you're gonna want to pray mage and augury, and then you're just gonna want to spam bruise. Okay, if you're taking damage, spam bruise. You don't want to switch your prayers, because the second they catch a freeze on you, like you're in a lot more trouble. Assuming like you're not gonna switch prayers when they attack you. I am a little bit like, obviously I've spent a lot of time in the wilderness now, so I'm a little bit more experienced with it. And most of the time what I'll do is I still pray mage while I'm running, and then if they catch a freeze, that's no problem. I'll just switch prayers accordingly at that point. But anyway, the main thing you want to do is you want the green dragon. You won't be able to get the green dragon to attack you. You want the green dragon to attack the person that is hitting you at the time of the fight. So a lot of the PKers aren't super smart. Like even if they have a team, all you really need to do is run beside a dragon and make sure that the PKer that's on you, like it just isn't able to get away from the dragon that's beside you. As long as that's gonna happen, you're basically safe. I keep on forgetting to run it to the west tiles and show you guys. Okay, I mean, I'll chance one more kill. Probably not the wisest decision, but oh, yeah, definitely not the wisest decision, but I'm still gonna do it. I think that might be Dragon Pickaxe 80 in the bank. Okay, cool, nice. I've been spooning Dragon Pickaxes pretty heavily this year, and elite clues. I do stream like Venenatis pretty frequently now, and I do complain a lot during it, but honestly it has been a really enjoyable experience being able to do as many clues as I've been able to. So here, this is how you do the setup if it spawns one north or south. So you do one shot on this tile, one shot on the west tile, or 3 shots on the west tile, and can run to the oh my goodness. Okay. If Venenatis spawns one tile north or south of the regular spawn, you do 1 shot here, 3 shots on this tile, and then you can run here, start the cannon, and keep shooting. As long as you keep the attack cycle going, it's not gonna mess up. So that's basically it. I wanted to show you guys the collection log for Venenatis, and I don't mind showing around the bank and showing the supplies that I've gotten from it. So once we finish off this kill, we'll head to the bank and I can do that. But yeah, hopefully you guys have found this informative, and if you have any questions about how to actually do the boss with a weapon like this, or any specific things that you didn't understand, feel free to leave a comment and just ask. I'm gonna be reading all the everything and make sure that I reply to as much stuff as possible. So anyway, here we are back at the bank. I'm extremely low on ether and granite cannonballs, like you guys can see, but it's all good. I can get more granite cannonballs later. So there's the log. 83 dragon pickaxes in there. I've lost a few of them just because I was being reckless. Like I died once after getting a dragon pickaxe at Venenatis, and I think I got PK'd a couple times going to the abyss. So again, I was just being reckless. I really didn't care. And I mean, 80 dragon pickaxes is plenty. I'm not too worried about running out anytime soon. In terms of gold ore, stacked on that as well, 353k, sorry. Spider eggs, I know some people would want to see, 108k. Snapdragons we're also doing quite nice on. And onyx bolt tips, I've already alped a lot of these. We have 11.9k right now, and another 2.7 made already. So yeah, anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks again for watching. If you have any other questions, like I said, just leave them in the comments down below. Take care, stay safe.